It was my second cancer. Prostate cancer is, it's dangerous. It still kills many people, but it's usually because it gets into a later stage that if we find prostate cancer, it's a livable one. The head and neck cancer I had in 2010, I lost 60 pounds. I was feeding myself with a tube in my stomach. I couldn't swallow very well. My throat was radiated to a lot of burns. I had a rash from the chemotherapy that I was taking. I didn't feel like I was human. I mean, I went through, I started treatment in about mid-February and it ended about mid-April. But by still the middle of July, I was still feeding myself through a tube in my stomach. And I was not very confident. I was scared to death. And I had to make a decision. Am I going to go back to coaching? Which I always thought I would. But when I was presented that moment in mid-July, I knew I had a lot of work to do. And the whole thing was probably I was scared. I lacked confidence in my physical abilities. I knew I had to change. I knew I had to change how I led my coaching staff and basically my team and maybe my organization in ways. And then in the middle of all of this is when Carmelo Anthony decided he wanted to be traded. And so kind of a bomb went off in the organization, and we're about a month away starting practice and trying to repeat to getting back to the conference championships. And that what I learned in those couple months was delegating. Instead of being a dictator, delegating is something I wish that I would have learned 25 years before. Because I was a dominant coach. I had great assistant coaches. I've always believed in hiring the best people, not my friends. I hire the most talented people I can find. And at times, people that I'm not sure think like I think. I like going outside the box in the standpoint for stimulation and innovation and creativity. But I knew I had to change my behavior of how I coached. And that's it worked, we went through a tough year with Melo, but we survived it, made the playoffs. Actually, I thought I played better basketball after Carmelo left. And then the next year was probably the most fun I had in coaching because I was delegating and I was finding more joy in delegation than being the dictator of my basketball team. So, it goes back a little bit to what we were talking about, listening. Instead of being always wanting to be the voice, sharing the voice can show your appreciation for the people that are working their asses off for you. And showing appreciation is something, again, I think when you go through cancer and you learn a little bit more about a mindful presentation, about a life of giving appreciation and also knowing the gratitude of what you have is probably the biggest key to your confidence. Being thankful has a way of empowering really intelligent people.